Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Strompcast, episode 198. We are two away from the big 200, but before we look to the future, we must look to the present, and we'll talk about the games that have happened this week. But before I do, let me introduce you to my co-host. First, got the main man, Chris. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. Sweaty result at the weekend, but one way or another, got it done. Isolated at the top. I was really thinking we were going to blow the chance to do that because that would have been very appropriate. Still a long way to go, obviously. It's a 1 point lead. I'm very early, but it feels good. It feels like we've consistently played better than our rivals as well. So I think it's a deserved first place. And also I'm rocking my Philly stuff. MLB playoffs start tonight.
I should have thrown my J stuff on.
For those that indulge, good luck if your team's still playing.
Yeah, fair enough. Next up, we got Danny. How you doing today, man?
Let me grab. Let's keep this very very different this week. I got my Bills hat on, bucket hat. Went to the Bills game this weekend. Caught a huge dub from the Bills. I had Stephon Diggs for those keeping up because I feel like every week I get on here and I talk about my fantasy football team, which has consumed my life so far. Stephon Diggs, 3 touchdowns this week. Huge week for me in fantasy. But yeah, huge week just in general. The rivals got at each other. Benfica fans can't stop crying about this result that we get. I love it. Let me drink up their tears after they get a controversial, in my opinion, a bullshit red card that goes international, by the way, as well. I love when Benfica's, controversies go worldwide. Love it. The game is done, according to many, because of that game. I agree. But the game's been done since 2016.
Game's been gone for at least a decade.
Really. I digress, though. Another huge dub from us as well this weekend was lovely for me. Had a long weekend as well. I don't work Tuesdays. Mans have been chilling. And let me tell you, we have another long weekend next weekend, Rich. Hope you're ready for that, baby.
I'm all kinds of riled up for this long weekend, let me tell you. I needed a long weekend.
Same. Life's good. Life's been good.
Life is good.
Nice. And of course, we've got Richard as well. How you doing today, man?
I'm good. Big win. We're isolated at the top. I was saying stop the count when the game was done. Little dubious, but it was a causes-filled weekend in Portugal. I didn't get to really watch a whole heck of a lot of this game. I was reduced to kind of updates on my phone and highlights on my phone because I was at the Blue Jays game on Saturday, and they fucking lost anyways. Waste my time and money. So there was that. And then, funny enough, I was leaving I still call it the Sky Dome, so I'm calling it Sky Dome. I was leaving the stadium. And me and my boys got separated. I'm like, where the fuck are you guys? So I'm like, whatever. I'll meet you at the aquarium because we're going to the aquarium. And I run up and there's like 5 or 6 Portuguese on the street, like on the score. I'm like, yo, we won the game. They're like, we won. I'm like, thank God. I didn't get to see the game, so I needed someone to tell me. We just watched the game. Like, thank Christ. Like I saw it was 2-2. I was my timbers were shivering.
Yeah, that definitely was a close one. Of course, you can follow me here as well, but most importantly, make sure you follow us at All Things Alvalade on social media and wherever you get your podcast from. Without further ado, let's get into the game of the weekend, and that was Farense versus Sporting, and the lineup is as follows. It was a 3-2 win, Sporting. Adan in goal. Inacio Coates, who came off, hence why he doesn't have a rating, came off in sort of the first 20 minutes. Diamonde, Esgaio, Nuno Santos, Marita Hulman, Edwards, Pedro Gonçalves, Gyökeres with 2 goals and assist. Pedro Gonçalves with the other. Off the bench, Mateus Reis, Paulinho, Jenny, and Bragança. In a rare sort of form, I'm going to start with this one. Why is Adan so fucking shit? Why can he not save anything? What is I just don't understand. The second one, fair enough, it is a difficult one, but the first
one's right now. It's right now.
I feel like both are shit. Both
yeah, I agree.
Better.
But I
earlier you said Adan was in net. Was he?
Yeah,
he was there.
If you think about all the goals we've conceded this season, if we have a blocking goal, we would literally have conceded 1 goal this season.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's just it's not even like when he concedes goals, but we said it before. Sometimes the ball will be straight at him, he'll catch it and then just drop it. It's just like,
Which he
what
did
is
this
wrong
game,
with
by the
him?
way.
He did have the trick though, or was that the last
Yeah,
game?
that was last week.
That was the last
This
game. Yeah, that was the last game. Fuck.
But I just don't understand why he still plays. I just dislike him so much, and I feel like we've made that very clear on not just the podcast but on the account as well, especially from last Europa League games.
It feels like Sporting has to have one position that at least one position where everyone knows it needs to be addressed. Everyone knows it needs to be addressed for multiple seasons, and they just don't address it. They finally addressed the striker position. It took like 3 years, and now like we've been knowing that Adan was not like any sort of like serious long-term option or anything, and like his performances are obviously trending down. And they've just simply chosen not to address the position in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, this is just we're in a situation that we've 100% created ourselves by signing only a U23 Juventus backup in the last 2 years.
Which we were told in pre-season by Israel and Amorim that he would get more game time. We're 3 months into the season and he's not played a single minute. Just play him. And it's not like Adan is having great performances. If I'm Israel and like next week he's like, oh yeah, Dan's a goal, I'm going to be pissed. Like, what more does Dan have to do to not get dropped?
It's like, how bad could Israel be if he's worse than this? You know, like.
Yeah, how bad is he if we're still going with Adan? That's the question.
But fair enough, we've not seen any of Franco Israel, but we've all seen Diogo Kalai in the B team, the under 21s, etc., the youth league, and he's a good shot stopper. He's very good. In fact, we've seen him. He's probably better than Adan at this stage. Just put someone else in, because I alluded to it on Twitter before when I was like, you can't be a Sporting fan and want Adan to keep playing unless you're like an American sports team where you sort of get rewarded for losing with draft picks and such.
We are rewarded for losing with a relegation.
Exactly.
There's a difference of formats here, Chief.
Exactly. So you can't be like, oh yeah, I'm a really big Sporting fan. Oh yeah, I really want Adan to start though. I don't think Franco's really blah, blah, blah.
You can't objectively look at it and be like, this is the guy going forward.
Here's
The second goal is not as bad. The first goal is unforgivable.
The first goal from like straight like the first clutch, you're like, wow, what a free kick! That is amazing.
It's a hard, fast shot. I don't want to take anything away from Matheus Oliveira because it's a hard. They're both hard shots. They travel quick, but the first one's fucking right at Adan. It is almost in his face, and he manages to miss it because he's playing inside his fucking net.
Yeah, even the commentator on Sport TV called him slow to the second one as well, because I know that one is more difficult because it hits the post, but it feels to me that the ball's already gone by him and he's still standing. He's still
like in the early stages of like diving for it as the ball's already past him.
And it's just, I don't know if it's to do with age, but we've seen loads of keepers go to what, 40, 41. I think Adan's only like 35, 36.
Yeah.
He's like 36.
at Porto at his old age would save that. You know,
Buffon was just retired. He's like 42, 41.
44.
Probably still get a piece
infinitely better shot stopper even at age 42.
Our backup goalkeeper in 16, 17 was Beto, and he was better than Adan. I'm pretty sure he's either the same age or was older. So, man, I just don't know. But obviously, I can sit here talking about Adan all day, which I won't.
But the problem is the same problem that it was last season. It's like, are they actually going to do it? Are they because it's like, you're forcing, no matter who they put in, you're probably forcing in like a younger player who's not completely ready. And last season, I would probably defend keeping Adan in because it's like, oh, the others aren't ready and they're too young. And it's like Adan's performances are still okay. His performances are still okay enough that it's not worth it. But it's like, I don't think his performances are okay enough anymore. They're literally like below average. And I find it hard to believe that like, Israel wouldn't at least play averagely, you know.
You look what happened to Ramsdale, how he got dropped for Arsenal, and he was still
incredible
keeper. Yeah, but Adan will drop Stinker, and fair enough. You could say, oh, there's only Israel and Kalai, but it's like you've had a whole transfer window to get someone in. We all knew the goalkeeper was our weak spot. There was
goalies available for very affordable prices.
There was some available for free that we could have picked up.
There still is one available for free that's still in the market.
Do not say
I'm not saying we could afford David.
I'm not going from one paella eating prick to the other. No.
I guarantee you, Benfica buys a goalie in January, unless Trubin really establishes himself. Yeah. They're gonna buy a goalie because they're fucking serious. You know?
Yeah, they're not fucking around.
They're gonna be like, "Oh, our goalies suck. We're gonna address it now."
And even Porto have Claudio Ramos, who's a good keeper. Samuel
Portugal, bro. They have 3 goalies better than us. Any of those goalies would start for us, bro.
Yeah. But you know why? Because they're serious about actually fucking winning shit. We're an unserious club.
They shouldn't have 3 good goalkeepers. They should let one of them go.
We're all too serious. Give us one.
It is a little bit ridiculous.
We're a charity case team anyways. Give us one.
I'm pretty sure Claudio Ramos was supposed to come to us.
Let's take Samuel Portugal on loan, bro.
Yeah.
The thing is with Porto that they're doing that we're not doing at all is at least they're stealing from the little teams too. Like they're not only weakening the teams they have to face, week in, week out, like Portimonense and
the Maritimus and whatever of the world, right?
But now, like I've been saying since week 1, bro, we can't even look at Luis Junior. We can't even look at Andrew at Gil Vicente.
There's a keeper from Morocco as well. There's just so many good keepers in the league that probably wouldn't cost what, 6 million max, maybe 8 or something like that. Nothing higher.
Livakovic was available for 7.
I think under 5.
Maybe Andrew, I think he's like 19, and I remember he was linked to everywhere. But
I say this every week. Livakovic was available for 7.5. We couldn't have made it work. Are you serious? We couldn't have given 4. We couldn't have given 4 for 50% of his pasta, but under special. Come on.
Yeah,
the math isn't mathing anymore. It's bullshit.
Apart from that, I knew we were going to struggle when Coates came off because it was almost sort of instant that he was slowing down, was limping, and then fair enough. Mateus Reis actually, I thought was okay when he came on. There was nothing wrong with the defense in this game. It was just purely Adan. The free kick that was given the first one, you're like, okay, fair enough.
I don't even know if it's a foul, the one on Nuno Santos. I think it was the.
It's not. It's definitely not.
It's a soft ball to me.
I think what was the first one was Hjulman pushing that guy over. That was the first free kick, wasn't it? So stupid from Hjulman. But the second one is just a good block.
A clearance. It's a great clearance.
Yeah.
And a yellow too, right?
And he got the yellow for it.
The defense was fine. I would say in general the team actually performed quite well. If Adan saves those 2, and also I know
if he saves one of them, even if he gets one of the 2, it's totally different.
Because apart from that, what did Farense do? Nothing. Their
much.
Set pieces, and that was it. Their striker didn't have anything. Their wingers were quiet.
They were down to 10 men.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I can't believe people say that wasn't a red card as well. It literally, the ball is fair enough. The ball might be going to the keeper's hands, and he might have saved it, but he's still in his head. Yeah, he's stopping the ball.
He's still stuck. His arm's not in a natural position. His hand is sticking out.
Yeah, you can't do that.
That stinks.
You're not allowed to do
that. You're gonna run it.
Whoever's defending that, it stinks. But let me say, if it's Benfica fans defending that, I understand. They don't know what the rules are. They don't know what a red card is.
The rules are made up.
It's the 2 of them. You see how literally 2 minutes after the game, Porto released a comunicado after saying, "Oh, the referee decision has been bad for a long time." I was like, "Well, yeah, there's just shit."
Yeah, it's been shit all season. Welcome to the club.
But
it's been garbage.
I thought the midfield pairing of Maurice and Hjulman were pretty, I'd say, mid this game. I thought obviously Hjulman giving away the foul. I think he should have been sent off for a second yellow as well.
I saw the challenge. He's very lucky to not be sent off. I would have sent him off.
Yeah, I would have given him.
Well, if people want to complain about that one, they'd be right in that. And that one.
Again, his first yellow was the softest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. His first yellow was as soft as Charmin.
It was, but I think he's stupid for reacting the way he did, because that's always going to be a foul. He did push the guy over. Do you know what I mean? Fair enough, the guy started it, but you should know better not to.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, fair, but then
somewhat of a cool head.
We say that, but then at the same time, Inacio gets pushed over and he gets a yellow card for it as well. It's like I don't know, man. I feel like I feel bad for Hjulman because he comes from a serious league in Italy, where even they have their problems with the refs. But I mean, I bet he's not experienced anything like this, because this fucking thing is next level.
Portuguese soccer's not serious about anything ever.
It's the softest fucking yellows in the world, week in, week out, and then for good challenges, you'll get a red, or for clear penalties, there's discussion about this from rival fans.
On the bright side, the league's been getting hella international exposure for a long
Yeah, but I feel like it always does. It always does.
We got more international exposure in the first 6 weeks than we did all of last season, I think.
And
it's all for dumb shit.
We had a Puskas nominee from our club, and
last year
that got less press than any of the incidents so far.
Yeah,
like there's been one incident every week, I think, that's gone viral to semi-viral on the internet, and it's fucking brutal. Unserious, fucking unserious farmers league is what we are.
But yeah, other than that, I did slander him on the last Europa League game, but Pedro Gonçalves was very good.
This is the best game of the season by far.
Yeah, 100%. He was just going for every ball. Obviously, the goal was a great finish as well. Just didn't stop running. And speaking of running,
nice goal.
Gyökeres as well, man. Just I know we say it every episode, but it is so nice having no respect to Paulinho, but a striker who is a clinical killer in front of goal. And fair enough, the 2 penalties, you could say Paulinho probably could sort them as well. But the power on those penalties were just crazy, especially the second one.
Smashed the shit out of that second one.
Pretty much took the net away. But yeah.
If that hit a fan, that fan's dead.
Gyökeres had the most touches inside the other team's 18-yard box in the goal point era.
Really?
I think he tied the record, which was Galeno for Braga in like 2015, which was the previous record.
Wow, we're going back. Holy.
So yeah, like I think it was like in 20 touches in the other team's 18, which is the most of any player in the last 7 years or so.
Yeah. But apart from that, I thought Edwards was not very good. I know he won the penalty in the end, but that was his only sort of addition to this game. He didn't really do much. I wouldn't say he did bad either, but he just was a bit quiet on that.
He was just there from what I can see.
Yeah, and that Gyökeres assist, by the way, that is not an assist.
But we take him.
He literally just tried to the ball, missed it. But yeah, my fantasy team loved it.
It helped me in fantasy, so I'll take it.
But yeah, apart from that, the subs, Jenny is still annoying me, man. So many times this game still tries to take someone on, loses the ball, tries to pass it, loses the ball. And Chris alluded to it with Adan, like how bad is Israel if Adan doesn't start? How bad is Fresneda if Jenny starts?
That was about to say, at what point are we? Because I think we mentioned.
When are we going to get Fresneda? This is brutal.
Bro, I don't know what is Fresneda like. He must be really bad in training or something because I
tweeted that on our account and people were like, "Oh, he's 18, give him time. Like he's not football manager."
No, I mean we paid like.
No, I understand, but we also paid a hefty fee.
He can't beat out Esgaio. Our €9 million signing can't beat out Esgaio. I don't care that he's 19, bro. He was playing in La Liga last season. What the fuck?
Yeah. Exactly, but yeah, Braganza didn't do much. I don't blame him. Paulinho as well was quiet. Didn't have a chance to do anything. So for me, I think the result is unjust because Adan could obviously stop those 2 goals from going in. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Danny, I'll come to you next. What were your overall thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I mean, I personally think even the second chance. I mean, if it's not going over your wall, I think you should be saving that or should be closer to saving that. My only thing that annoys me the most about Adan, especially the second goal, and I see it a lot on free kicks, on penalties, and I think teams are picking up on this. Whenever he's going to go try to save it or he's going to go dive,
when he's getting
this fucker decides to bounce first and then he acts. So it makes an already slow keeper even slower. He reminds me of when I was like 7, 8 years old and I just first started playing like rec league. My brother used to laugh at me because before I kicked the ball, I would like do a little hop and then kick it.
Hop, skip.
So, and this is me at 7, 8 years old. This is a 35-year-old professional goalkeeper, man. Like, get your shit together, brother. Because he's the main reason why. Or the main weak spot.
The point of bouncing is so that you can react quicker, but it doesn't.
It slows him down, not him.
I feel like, and I also feel like he bounces the moment the ball gets kicked. Like it's not at the run up, so he can then move. It's just like
it's
the ball's kicked. Okay, let me jump now.
The
and
man
it's
needs
like,
to get back to basics. I mean, this is like the
Yeah.
basics of goalkeeping.
The man needs to retire. That's what the man needs to do, personally.
I think he could get a bag out in Saudi or somewhere. I think just go somewhere else.
Yeah,
You know,
the Saudis
just
love
not
the
here.
Portuguese league.
Yeah. Former Real
Yeah,
Madrid.
they really liking us.
Exactly.
Maybe Ronaldo will put in a good word for us. Since he's so connected with the club.
He's such a
club legend. We'll never
Ronaldo's
stop.
main
He's never
contribution to
stop talking
sporting,
about us.
getting Adan a bag.
That would be amazing.
If Ronaldo can get on the bag, give him the stats. Give him the stats.
Honestly, if they were taking him off our hands, though, would he be doing us a favor?
Yeah.
Other than that, man, goalkeeper is our weakest position. Quatch going down, yes, it was worrisome, but when we're 2-0 up, I don't care. I get you're away from home, but when you're 2-0 up to a 10-man team, Farense are ballers. Let's get this straight. Like
they're a top.
We all know here they kick ball. Like I think they'll be fine. They've put up 5-0 earlier this year. They're a good team, great team. But you're 2-0 up away from home. Your main thing, and your coach has been talking about this since the season started, that the main thing is now learning how to control the games, learning how to keep possession. You can blame Amorim, but I think it's more so it's the team there because, okay, the free kicks you shouldn't be giving away. You can say Hulman's fine. Hulman's is a free kick. Nunes, amazing clearance. But the fact that you're giving the ball away and then you're getting countered like that quickly, that's a problem you need to address. Mm-hmm. And I think it's more so like Sam, you were saying. I thought Morita had a good game. Hulman definitely didn't. This was one of his worst games I've seen so far in this Spartan shirt. But nonetheless, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, he's had like 4 good, 1 bad,
Yeah, and nonetheless, it wasn't that bad. Nothing to be too concerned about, right? Quatch is a huge loss. If we had St. Just, maybe it nullifies the counter because of his speed. It was in training. We'll see what happens in Europa. But overall, I mean, these things shouldn't happen. To me, both pens are clear pens. The first one especially, of course, it's a penalty. Come on. But the second one, listen, we can say it's Taremi-esque all you want. Maybe it is. It is a little soft.
It's a little Taremi-esque.
But at the end of the day, the defender sticks his foot out, misses the ball completely, and then he stops the player from running. Especially for the Benfica fans. I mean, the Porto fans, I feel for you because you got fucked this week. And I'm going to bring this up a lot this week because it's kind of a crazy call. I've never quite seen a player win the ball. His follow-through somehow trips the player. Okay, his leg is in the air. You're sliding.
It sets a pretty crazy precedent. It sets a pretty – if that's what we're doing now,
Exactly. Okay, but
I do have an unpopular opinion that I think.
Hold on, Sam. I know, but hold on. Yeah. What I'm saying is, if that's a red card because the follow-through after winning the ball trips up the player, then there's no debate. This is a penalty. He misses the ball completely. His leg is out, and it's in Edwards' direction of running. Clear penalty as it is. If it's soft or not, if he could avoid it, maybe. But it's a penalty. He misses the ball. The leg's there. He trips on it. Done. Case closed. There's no debating. There's no crying about it. The thing I loved about it is Gyökeres gets it again, and this motherfucker just smashes them home. He doesn't give a fuck.
He went to the other side.
Yeah, he went opposite side.
He went the other. Yes, for sure. But I'm saying he just smashes the ball through. He doesn't give a fuck. He's not doing the little jump that Bas Dost does or that Bruno does. My guy's just getting that fucking ball in there. And the other thing with Paulinho, I thought Paulinho had a decent game. He got robbed of a clear goal. Any other goalkeeper, this Farense goalkeeper this week was lights out for them, which hurts me because our goalkeeper was snoozing in it. But he completely stole Paulinho from another 3-2, maybe the game-winning goal. Who knows? It would still be early. I think it was like the 70th minute.
You robbed some fantasy points off me.
Bro turned a 0.5 XG into 2. Respect.
Yeah. But nonetheless, I think we're deserved winners. I mean, Pot had a great performance. Gyökeres had a great performance. Edwards did his thing as well. I thought Isgaio wasn't bad. I know we're asking for Fresneda, but right now you play who's better. And I mean, Genny is like he's a headless chicken sometimes running out there. He could have had an assist on a Pot goal though. If his ball gets closer to that far post, it might be a goal. But other than that, yeah, horrible. I mean, at this point, yes, where is Fresneda? The only thing that I've so far seen from Fresneda was from his like cameo against Braga, where all he did was like switch to the other side. Like he would get the ball. All right, let me find Nuno Santos. And that was all I've seen him do so far. So we'll see what he has in store. But this is a deserved victory. I'm happy we got the 3 points. I'm even happy we got it in a controversial way. I don't give a fuck. I hope from this point on, we win with 2 penalties at a time. I don't give a fuck. So long as we win. Because the shit that I seen this week, I know you have you have a controversial opinion, Sam, but nonetheless, this is a controversial red card. It's not as clear as people as Benfica fans make it out to be. And to me, like you said, Chris, and perfectly said it, if this is what the red cards are, that you win the ball back, and because your follow through trips up a player who didn't intend to win the ball. Think
about a goalie. Like when a goalie comes out and wins the ball, they often clear the man out afterwards. But if they win the ball,
get the guy.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, it's basically like everything is a pen. Then everything is a foul. You know,
exactly. There can be no contact whatsoever then.
Yeah.
If you're
either everything's a foul or
that's more so of a pen than this would ever be. And the other thing is with that, really quickly, I know I'm not even talking about this game, and if there's any Benfica fans, like watching, they're gonna be like, oh, all we think about is Benfica, definitely. But they're gonna say that is what I mean.
It was the biggest. It's not like we're talking. In your defense, it's not like we're talking about Benfica's Julie team. We're talking about Benfica Porto.
Yeah, this game directly affects us as well.
Yeah, we're just talking about a decision that impacts the rest of the season also. But all I'm saying is, if that is the penalty, if even winning the ball back and then making contact with the player is the red card, then there should be no debate with this penalty or moving forward on whatever Taremi does, because if Taremi gets that contact, even if the ball's not made, then it has to be a pen, right? Like it's just crazy to me that this is the decisions that are being made in a huge game. But anyways, I digress. Give me the tears, Benfica fans. Porto fans, give me your tears as well. I'll drink that shit up, bro.
There will be more. There will be more.
There will be. There might be
still early.
soon.
Still October.
Oh, we're gonna have one. We're gonna have 1 week. We're gonna be fucking pissed off. I already know.
100%. And I'll cry in the same cup that they're gonna give me. But for right now, give me this cup for this week. Let me squirt a little bit of lemon for taste, because I know you motherfuckers don't shower. You guys are dirty. Let's get that shit up.
Bro, Danny wants to pick a fight with everybody on the internet right now.
This week is great for me personally. So let me drink that shit up. But a deserved win nonetheless. Even
we're gonna get so much hate. We're getting so much hate now.
I think Ruben Amorim, my last point. I think Ruben Amorim said it perfectly. Sporting deserved the win, but Farense didn't deserve to lose. It had to be like that. Like that's perfectly described as that. And that's what one of these weeks are. We roll on to next week. We'll probably lose next week. Let me tell you guys.
Who are we playing next week?
Decisions, we'll probably lose next week.
Roca away. Roca at home, I think.
Yeah, we'll tie that.
And then it's another international break, which is always fun.
Always fun. That's the last one of the year, though, I think, right? That's the last one.
I think there's one more after in November.
What? You're fucking my ass. You're kidding me.
I'm pretty sure there is. I don't know.
No, there is. You're right. Yeah, and then there's only one until like March or April.
Yeah.
Yeah, we usually get like a February, March one. But I thought this was the last one of this calendar year.
Yeah. The only thing I want to say about the red card thing, and I will say right now, if that was given against Sporting, I would be pissed too.
I'd be fuming, yeah.
Part of me is because it happened to Porto, I'm like, yeah, definite red card.
Of course. Kill them. Fucking always a red.
But no, I personally think it's a red, but I also agree with what you and Chris were saying that it does set a dangerous precedent for
it does. I'm with you on that one,
future.
Sam.
I just think because he puts his leg up after he's seen that Neres is still running through and then catches him again, then that's where for me it's like, okay, he wins the ball in the original challenge, so that's one challenge on itself, and then he gets the player on the second time because technically the challenge wasn't successful because Neres has still got the ball. So for me, that's the second tackle. David Neres is about to run through on goal, and that's a red.
Yeah, and also, but we don't know. We also don't know because the ball bounces off. I get that point. But the ball bounces off Neres' leg. It's not like Neres has control of the ball.
Yeah.
Fabio Cardoso was just sliding through. Like Neres is the one that decides to try to jump over him. But again, I think the thing is that Cardoso at least is consistent with where his leg is. When he wins the ball, it's not like his leg is on the floor and then he shoots it up. His leg is kind of like just like consistently there. Like you're kind of like sliding onto the floor. And James, I don't know if he's the last man or not. To be fair, so I won't even get into that.
He was. I think that's why they gave it because he was David Neres' strong goal. But at the same time, I think it was David Carmo had exactly the same sort of. I think it was Rafa running through, and then they gave him a yellow. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm more happy that it happened to either one of Porto or Benfica. But like I said, if it happened to us, I'd be pissed. But anyway,
I think just the inconsistency is just so annoying. Like we don't know what is what anymore. Especially like that season, I think the fishing has been so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in credit to Portugal, it is everywhere. Like England has been, I would say this year England has probably been worse than Portuguese league, and that is no easy stretch. But like,
you're doing worse than us.
Crazy referee decisions this week. Was
yeah. Chris, what were your overall thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we probably did enough to win. The first half was probably a bit better than the second half. I don't remember which game it was from earlier in the season, but I was like, wow, we went up and like we kept pushing and you just like never let them breathe and just start to finish just down their throats. I guess it's probably a bit harder on the road, but that was definitely not the case in the second half. Definitely took the foot off the gas a bit, and it was kind of a throwback performance in that sense, where we just kind of like coasted through the second half, and we're just hanging on to that 1-goal lead, hoping that unfortunately didn't happen, and it did. And then, I guess we were fortunate in the end to I wouldn't say that we're fortunate because I think it's the right call, but I mean, we did leave it late for sure, and just I feel like that aspect of it makes it a bit lucky. And there is always the chance that like they'll look at a VAR incident like that and be like, yeah, he was fishing for it, so we're not going to call it, and just like completely throw out the precedent they've established in Portugal for like years. They're just like, well, not this one right now. It's like we're not fucking with this one, and it's just like they do randomly do that from time to time. So I was like really hoping that they didn't, but I mean, my man didn't even go and look at it. That was confirmed for him, and he didn't even go and look at it. And I was just waiting for him to go look at it. And if he went and looked at it, I was like, oh shit, he might overturn this. But I saw him point to that spot. He had the thing in his ear. Then he pointed, confirmed it. I was like, all right, he's not reviewing it. We are so golden. And then I mean, I really didn't think that Vic was gonna miss it, especially after the first one. It is a bit sketchy when you're taking a second PK in the same game.
Yeah, you could Harry Kane.
Under the minute,
right? Like,
so it really would have been devastating to get the pen and still end up with a point here. But Vic did his thing. Not like his most complete game, but still finished with 2 goals and an assist. And he was constantly dangerous. And I mean, it's just we're a tough team to beat. At the end of the day, we have a traffic cone in net, and if you take your 1 or 2 chances,
that is disrespectful to traffic cones.
We're still a really tough team to beat, despite having a traffic cone in net. We're still a tough team to beat, even if you take your 1 or 2 chances. We're still a tough team to beat.
Yeah. True. I do want to say, if you're a Benfica fan or Porto fan watching, and you're like, "Oh, I don't think Edwards was a pen," let me just narrow it down. 2 simple questions. 1, is there contact on Edwards in the box? Yes.
Yeah.
Does Zé Luís stick out his foot and cause the contact? Yes. So we've established there's contact. The French player stuck out his foot and missed the ball. That is it. Penalty.
And I mean, not that it matters anymore, but does he win the ball? No.
Exactly.
If he wins the ball and his foot stuck out, sure, but
or does he make an attempt to pull away his foot also, which is no.
No.
But
winning the ball nowadays, it doesn't matter.
To quote a wise man, my message to the fans salty about it: game's a game.
Ball don't lie, as they say.
Ball don't lie. Game's game.
Sometimes
quote another wise man.
Cope and seed.
To quote another wise man, though, this might help the rival fans. If you're not
Yeah.
cheating, you're not trying. So
True.
You're not trying. True.
I mean, I've always said that about Taremi. Like, I've shit on him, and I've said
Yeah,
it's
but it's
embarrassing,
effective.
and I've said he's pathetic. But I've
Yeah.
also said, you know what? He is the best diver I've ever seen. You know, he
Yeah.
does know how to just get his foot in there, and he's just goated at it. There's no one
Yeah.
like that. I mean, there's other divers out there, but he's in a
That
league
and
of his own.
Portuguese league defenders are stupid when marking.
Portuguese defenders league are notoriously fucking idiots too. That just keep falling for it. So that's on them.
Yeah, exactly. Rich, what were your overall thoughts on the game?
You want my honest thoughts on this game?
They don't have to be honest if you don't want them to be.
No, they're gonna be
Yeah.
honest.
Can be lies.
Your dishonest thoughts on the game.
No, my honest thoughts on this game. Antonio Adan is about as useful as a fucking life raft in the middle of a desert. He is so fucking bad. The second goal, I don't want to take anything away from Mateus Oliveira because they're both really good shots. They're hard. They're placed okay.
oh, they're great.
The problem is the first goal is right at him. It is so close. It almost hits him in the face. That's how right at him this goal is. The second goal, he's just slow to fucking react. It does go in off the inside of the post, but my brother in Christ, he is not even off his feet by the time the ball has passed him. Just fucking brutal. But now we're gonna get to the positives. I thought Jokeris played well from what I could see. 2 pens, a little dubious maybe, but we got the pens. And credit to him, like Chris said on the second one, because it does get a little dicey when a guy goes up to take a second pen in the game. You could always pull a Harry Kane and miss the net kind of thing. Really nice goal from Pot too. That was huge, I think, just for him. I think he needed a goal. And I had him in predictions and fantasy, so that was very beneficial for me. So I'm going to take it. Holman is lucky to not see a second yellow, in my opinion. Is the first yellow soft on him? A little bit, yeah. But he's very fortunate on that second challenge. That was dubious to not get a second yellow because, unbiased opinion, I thought he got away with one. I thought I would have given him a second yellow and given him the red. Coates, we're just going to say RIP to his knees now. I hope he's not out for long, but we haven't heard anything about it yet, have we, actually?
Yeah, they said it's a sprain, so it's not a tear or anything. He should be out for a month.
That's
a
a lot
international break
better
coming up as well. So.
That's a lot better than I expected. And international break coming up, you're right. So you'll get like a week and a half, 2 weeks with no games anyway. So it's not the worst timing. Just stinks because we have Atlanta this week in Europa League, so we'd like to have had him in there. No other big things for me this game. I would say I'm kind of sick and tired of the Jenny Katamu show or lack thereof. Which one of you said he runs around like a headless chicken? Because that's exactly what it looks like to me. Danny, you're a smart guy sometimes, you know that? I just want to let you know. Yeah, just fucking aimless out on the pitch. No clue where he's going. He runs a lot. I give him credit, but again, it's the Scott McTominay, Tiago Tomas, early 90s syndrome. It's because he's either out of position or it's because he's lost the fucking ball. It's just frustrating. And I know he's a young guy, but you gotta stop at some point. It's a bad.
He's young, but he's like 22 young, which is like
I know, which is why I'm like, you gotta break the habit like soon, my guy. Like it's just. You can't keep doing that every week at high level and like a top 10 league in Europe. Like you just can't get away with that. It's unacceptable behavior from him. And yeah, nothing really else to add. Edwards winning the pen. He didn't do a whole lot from what I was able to see this game, but he won us a pen, so we'll take it. He's looked better the last couple games than he did the first little bit that we saw him. So give him credit. So him and Pop maybe finally starting around into a bit of form. And yeah, that's kind of my opinion on this fucking game. It would have been the most sporting thing to not only drop the points, but to do it blowing a 2-goal lead. As soon as because I was at the baseball game, I'm checking the scores, I'm refreshing, I'm checking highlights. Okay, 2-0. All right. I go back, it's 2-2. I'm like, what the fuck happened here? I'm like, of course, leave it to us, chance to go isolated at least for a week at the top. And we would drop points in this stupid fashion. So credit to the boys. I'm proud of the boys. Never believed in them. Put
Fair
that in
enough.
my epitaph.
Yeah.
When I die, I want Sporting to be my pallbearers. So that way they could let me down one last time.
Mate, don't let it down hold you. Drop you straight away, mate.
He's not long. He's dropping my fucking ass in that grave, man. Jesus.
Butterfingers.
But yeah, I was just going to add one more thing. It's not important, but before this game, I watched the Stevenage game at the stadium, and I saw first I saw an awful goalkeeper performance, and I'll link you guys the highlights so you can see.
Yeah.
Then I went on to another fucking awful goalkeeper performance. Luckily, Sporting didn't get smacked, but Stevenage did. Unfortunately, 3-1 lost. 3-1 loss.
If it makes you feel better, Toronto FC fucking dog shit. We're so bad.
I was at that game too.
I thought that, you poor bastard. At least you got to see a team win some. At least you got
free tickets, baby. We'll take every.
Cincinnati claimed regular season champion, so like at least you got to see something successful. Like
I had to pay for my tickets, unfortunately.
I had to pay for my baseball tickets. I'm sorry to say, but yeah.
But yeah, that game followed by this game. But to be fair, I was so tired from watching the Stevenage game, and I had a few beers. I was literally just sat watching the first half of this game, and it flew by. Like, I was just like, I'm so tired. And then the second half,
TFC games drag on when I watch.
No, but I'm saying like I already showed. So I was drinking watching the Spartan game.
Yeah,
He's called me. Yo, we have 2 free tickets. Like we're just trying to give them away.
Go, yeah.
All right, say less. So I already showed up drunk, and then when you get there, you meet up with your boys.
You 2 or 10.
My boy lives on Dufferin, so we just walked down to the stadium anyways. So as we're walking down, gotta quench your thirst, man. It was a hot weekend here.
It was a warm day, actually.
It was warm here too.
Yeah, I got a sunburn when I went out to Buffalo. So
yeah,
showed up to TFC drunk. They tied it 2-2. You know what? TFC pulled the Farense. It was 2-0 down. Tied it 2-2,
and then they lost anyways. They wanted to make you believe.
Stevenage were 1-0 up, and they were playing really well until like this 10th minute. Then they went like full Brexit football, just long.
They went
Route 1. Love a Route 1.
But no, what was annoying was the Oxford fans. So this is technically, it's not like a big rivalry, but we're like 40 miles away, so it's like not that far. But when they went 3-1, half the stadium of Stevenage fans just left. And
sad. Come on.
And obviously,
the better end. Come on.
To be fair, it was 3-1 in the 82nd minute or something like that. So, but they were just like, the song in Stevenage in England is there a fire drill? Because they all like run.
Even Sheffield United fans when they played, got just dick slapped by Newcastle like a week or 2 ago. A lot of them stayed to the.
I've actually heard that on an MLS game before. They just stole it.
Is there a fire drill?
There.
Yeah, that is the most famous one. I stayed to the end because I'm a true fan, and also it was to be fair because there was so many people left. It was less like sort of traffic to leave afterwards. So
they almost congested themselves all leaving at once.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Stevie just lost again today as well. 3-2.
Shocking.
Yeah. Oh well. To more, I guess, lighter notes, we've got we'll do the fantasy first because I've got that open. We'll have a look. Danny is still in first place. We'll take a look at Danny's team for the week.
Another good week for Danny.
Strong.
I had Sushi on the bench though. I should have. But
who'd you have on the bench?
Sushi Moto or whatever the Japanese.
Oh yeah, fair.
Oh, Buta too.
And
Andrew. Yeah, I should have. I don't know why I had the Porto boys in defense. I forgot it was the Classico. I should have maybe swapped them.
That's a thing, right? You're gonna get points on one end, but you're probably less likely to get them on the other end.
Whatever. That is.
And then we've got Chris in second, and Chris's team. Yoko's vice captain, so didn't make.
Yeah, I have Yoko as vice captain as well. Fuck me up.
God fucking damn it.
Ricardo Horta though, 14 points.
But here's the thing: I dropped Pot to sign Horta, so it's like I probably would have had the same amount of points.
I dropped Pot to sign Di Maria, to be fair. So it did work out, but like.
Yeah, defenders didn't really help me this week.
I had a story, but I really got pissed off when I realized because I thought I had Junkin as captain and Paulinho vice captain, and I realized I didn't, and I was like, "Fuck!" I could have caught up to Chris so much.
Yeah, 32 is huge. Huge point.
that would have been fucking massive.
I'm going to preface mine was that I saw Iraq had a very easy game, and I think Guimarães also on paper obviously had a very easy game. So I made sure to transfer as many of them as I can.
I had
I
3
transferred
Uruk.
David Simao,
Rough week for
red
Sam.
card.
Take a look.
David Simao, fuck yeah.
Bruno Varela conceded like 2 or 3.
Yeah, but that
Fernandes,
didn't help me
obviously.
this week.
Like if I didn't have Gyökeres captain,
You're his captain, you would have been
Carrying you, brother.
You would have had a shambolic week with that.
Damn, bro. The bench
What's
was just chilling.
Bench
also.
didn't even give you a hand.
Is that
on
his
it.
Gayu?
yeah,
Other
I did.
red guy.
Yeah.
What's
His
bro
brother.
on, bro?
I thought he might get an assist or something because he's a right back. He crosses it in sometimes,
Sometimes cross it in. Nah.
Perfect opportunity to bring up this comment, I feel.
Yeah.
Bro, you didn't need to do him like that.
In hindsight.
I love each guy, you bro.
In hindsight,
So, yeah, if Sam didn't have Gyökeres captain, rough week. If I had Gyökeres captain, I would have gained like so many more points on Chris.
Yeah. Danny is quite far ahead. Well, he's literally pretty much 100 points
Almost
further
100
than I
points
am.
ahead of you almost.
I got to
Yeah,
close
I'm-
a third 20 point gap. 30 point gap.
Yeah.
30 point gap.
I gotta close a hell of a gap.
Still
on
early.
Chris,
I'll work on
Jesus.
that. I'll work on that.
Still very
I gotta work
early
on it
in the
too.
season,
Still
of
early.
course. But that also leads us on to the other predictions, which is
Good
the
prediction weeks for
predictions.
3 of us, not so much the 4th. You'll see in
So
a second.
I will zoom in a bit if I can. Oh no, I can't zoom in on sheets for some reason.
That's brutal.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it still
There
doesn't.
you
Okay, whatever. We'll go. with
It
that.
works.
So Danny had a 3-1 win. Gyökeres putting your pot. Obviously, the win is 1 point. Gyökeres and pot scored, so that's 3.
Yeah.
Chris 2-1 didn't have a goal scorer but got the win, so that's 1 point to Chris. Richard had 2 goal scorers and the win, so obviously Gyökeres pot. I had a Gyökeres with 2. Unfortunately, I didn't have a pot, but I got twice for Gyökeres.
I was so close to going Gyökeres 2, pot 1, and I was like, no, I'm gonna go spread out for 3 just to be safe. And now I'm like, fuck. I got the extra point. I could have got an extra point.
But yeah, that is that game week, and I'll go to the top of the table here. It is Danny in
close.
first. I ignore the position, but it's Danny in first with 17. Richard has overtaken Chris at 16. Chris is on 15,
shite.
and
By
I'm on 13.
1, yeah.
So it's still very close at the top, and obviously we've got another 2 games predictions, but obviously we'll get to that towards the end of the episode where we can update the spreadsheet live. But first, we've got one Twitter question, I believe, and we've also got some other news to get in. So Nuno Gabriel asks, do we give Israel Kalai a crack at the spot, or do we hit the market in January for someone else? I'll give it to all of you. I'll start with you, Chris. What do you think?
I mean, the problem with it, like, if you put Kalai in there, you know that he's gonna have like 2 frangos, right? Like most likely.
There's a possibility he's gonna do in there.
But
You
also,
put Adan in there.
but also, it's like
You're
let's just
guaranteed a fan.
get him in there. He gets his frangos out of the way, and then you know, if it goes well, you're set for the next 10 years. You know.
Thing is, they've already gotten the most of the worst stuff because they've already tossed him to the Wolves a couple times. So, like, the worst of the worst, I think, would have probably already happened with him.
I don't believe that because, like, Europa League game away in like Italy or like a game against Porto or Benfica, like he's never experienced anything like that.
Yeah.
And there will be just some sort of like learning curve, I imagine.
Israel did play.
But it's like all we're doing right now is just all we're doing is
Yeah,
wasting time.
Yeah,
Because he's not getting better. He's not getting that out of the way. He's not getting like acclimated. He's not like improving. And also Adan is just not getting better. He's getting worse. So it's like, honestly, like just do it now. Like just rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
Like
Just do it.
Yeah, fair enough. Danny, what about you?
No, yeah. I mean, do it now. It's just so tough to get a goalkeeper in January as it is, or else I'd say hit the market. Give Israel a crack. If Israel doesn't hit, go back to Adan. Adan keeps fucking up. Give Kalai a crack. I think Kalai will, end up hitting. I have a lot of faith in the kid, but I also had a lot of faith in Silas. So, what do I know?
That takes one of us.
he was supposed to be the chosen one, man.
Who said he was the chosen one? What hype train was the first season?
Even Randers was like, yeah, he's my 6th choice. Like,
like what of that gave you confidence at any point? Seniors coming, this guy's gonna take it to the promised land. My boys, come on. That's not why
I believed in that 8-2 win that he had or whatever it was.
That is one of my favorite quotes of all time. It's just like, yeah, he wasn't our first choice, but he's here now.
He wasn't our first choice. Already not what you want to hear.
Yeah. Oh well. Richard, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, they both said it. Rip the Band-Aid off. I think the sooner you do it, the better. At the very least. I mean, you're still in contention for everything right now. Do it now and figure it out. I think it should be Israel, ideally. And then if something happens, maybe you go Kalai. It is. Danny made a good point. It is tough to get a goalkeeper in a January window. It's just very few teams are willing to part with a goalie at that time of year, if any. But they need to. This is a problem position. It's been a problem position for almost a year now. They gotta, at the very least, look to start addressing this. Whether it's giving Israel or Kalai more game time, or you go after a keeper in January, or at the very least in the summer window, they got to do it. You can't go into next season with Adan as your undisputed starter again. It would be rude and disrespectful to the fans. It would be just fucking brutal. So yeah, I say rip the Band-Aid off, give Israel or Kalai a crack.
Yeah,
you don't even have to start. Put them in the fucking cups. Put them in a couple league game. Rotate, go back and forth if you want. Do something. Anything is better than just the Adan hype train.
I was going to say that we do have a Task Portugal game on the 21st of October, of course. So that might be Israel's first game, maybe Kalai. I don't know what route I'm
going to get. Which third division team are we getting limited with native again this year?
Olivice. I'm not even trying.
Muscovite or whatever. Yeah. Can't wait.
We'll see, but it's either I don't think Adan should start, but it's like you guys said.
I'm shocked if he started that game. Actually,
as much as we could say we need Adan to start. Let's be honest, he's gonna start until the wheels fall off, which they pretty much already have. Until Amorim,
he's already lost at least 1 or 2 wheels at this point. But
it just isn't good for Adan either, because the more mistakes you make, and I get Amorim trying to be like, yeah, if he'll get his confidence back. If you drop him, he'll lose all confidence. But it gets to the point where if you keep playing him and he's still making mistake after mistake, even so, either. He might not even concede a goal in one of these games. But like I said, just something as simple as dropping the ball or doing a goal kick and hitting it out for a throw in, or it's just something has to change. And maybe, to be honest, 2 weeks ago when he did that, or a week ago when he did that skill, I think it was against Rio Ave where he did the skill. I was like, okay, Adan's sort of got his confidence back, but please never do that again. And then
don't.
The game here happened, and back to normal.
Can I counterpoint you for a second, Sam? I think benching him might be good for him.
No, I agree.
Sometimes you need to bench a guy for
them
them to get their shit together and smarten up too.
Yeah, it's sometimes you'll crush it, you'll crush his confidence, and then he'll be gone. It's bro, that already happened,
That's
I agree. I'm saying
maybe
I think that's what
we have seen in the past, guys get in different sports, including here. Guys get benched. It's like a wake up call for them. I was like, oh shit, I gotta get my shit together. I'm letting the boys down.
But how many times have we seen Amorim or with a Paulinho, Esgaio, Pot, Edwards? These guys just don't. Well, Edwards actually gets dropped quite a lot, but the others, they'll have bad game after bad game. He will not drop them because he'll say, oh yeah, because they need to get the confidence back. It's just him. I feel like Amorim's one of these guys who loves to drop players.
He's undroppable, bro. He's never been dropped.
Yeah.
No.
I will say one thing in defense of Adan that I do kind of like from him. I feel like even when he's made mistakes, there's still at least one big save in the game, right? Even in this game, he had that one big save where low key the Farense player ended up getting it. If he didn't shoot it to the bleachers, who knows? But there's still I think it was on Rui Costa. He had a big save from outside the box against Farense even now. So even when he makes a mistake, sometimes or most times it won't affect his mentality. You know how with Onana, for example, Onana makes one mistake and then the rest of the game he's making mistakes. You know what I mean?
He's in his own head.
Exactly. So I don't know. Maybe Adan is getting used to making mistakes. That's why maybe he's not so much in his own head. But it's still enough. He's making enough mistakes to warrant this conversation and warrant a podcast from two Canadians, an American, and a Brit fucking chirping them week in, week out for the last year, I'd say.
You know what? You guys want to hear Richard Ness complain about on the internet? Do better. Be better. That's my advice to him. Exactly. You don't want to hear me bitch and moan? Do better. Do your job. Be a man.
Yeah. Be a man.
I get what you mean, Danny. But in I'm going to compare it. Obviously, I know it's not exactly the same, but like me and you, obviously working a job. If we keep making mistake after mistake, and we lose the company so much money, but we have one like good thing throughout the day, people are going to be like, "Nah, you're shit." Get out.
I could have 8 tasks in a day. I work in marketing. I have 8 tasks a day. If I fuck up 7 of them, but do one of them really well, I'm gonna get in shit. They're gonna be like, "Hey, what the hell? Great on the one thing. What about the other 7 things?"
And I think now, not to say it's good, but like there is more of a consensus than there was in March when we did that Adan propaganda tweet, because we got loads of hate for that.
Loads of hate on that one. People hate.
I have not seen a positive comment about Adan in probably about 3-4 months. Yeah. Like not even someone who's like, oh, we'll give him a chance because he won us the title. But I've not seen one positive comment about Adan, which I think is a good thing. But actually,
dude, they were all like, I will never forget. They were like, talk shit about Adan now. It's like, in hindsight, that was crazy. That was crazy, bro. Like if you were saying that was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to be fair, after the game, I was like, fair play. Dan, to be fair, because he did keep.
I was like, he kept us in that second leg. If it's not for him, we're out. Like,
and then it was like the game after he got sent off because like we played Benfica the day like the few weeks after.
Oh yeah, he accumulated too many yellows or whatever. Yeah, I was all like, you fucking idiot.
Well, like a month before he cost us against Porto in the final. So
yeah,
I just hope he gets dropped sooner rather than later because it's going to affect the team and like I genuinely think this is our best chance to win a title since we won it, obviously. And like even the season after, I think
it's their best chance to win a trophy. Period. Like of significance.
Yeah,
not
like,
cost of the league.
I'm trying to think if even the year that we won the title, if I like thought that was our best chance to win the title. Like,
I think the team after that one.
I was waiting for us to have a collapse.
That second season team was good, but I still think this team right now, probably on paper, maybe not the fullbacks, but everything else, I think, is miles better.
That second season team was unlucky that Porto was just a machine in the league that year. That first season team, I was just waiting for the inevitable collapse that just never came for once.
Yeah,
but I think this year is your best chance to win anything outside of a TAS Liga that is of some significance.
As well, I'm not saying like this is a bad thing, but that 2021 team had no pressure really because
we expected nothing from them.
Even like you said, in the last month, we were still like, we're going to bottle it. Everyone said we're going to bottle it. We're going to win. There was sort of no pressure on them, but now there's so much pressure because of what's happened then.
We drew 2 games. We drew like 2 games and towards the end there, and I'm like, we're gonna lose the title we're gonna be invincible and still lose the title. That was my thought. We're gonna be invincible, still somehow manage to fuck it up.
Yeah. But anyway, let's get on to some better news, and that is that Jeremiah St. Just returns to sporting training without limitations. It was actually leaked by Marcus Edwards on Instagram because he was back in the gym, and that story didn't make it that far. I think he might have deleted the story actually, and then a day after this photo gets released, St. Just is back. Danny, I'll start with you. Obviously, I think there's a sort of cautious optimism. I think it's the best sort of way to describe it. But what do you think about St. Just returning? Are you hopeful or are you still... I know sporting fans in general are sort of like a negative bunch, but like, what are your thoughts on this?
We've been nothing but positive this whole show. What are you talking about?
Especially
been so happy-go-lucky this show.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's getting. I mean, I feel like if you're thinking he's gonna even make it to the bench for Europe or even our next home game against who did we say, Aroca?
Yeah,
I think you're sadly mistaken, and I think this is more in preparation for the TAS de Portugal game. I think maybe we'll see him at the very least make a cameo. I don't even know if he'll start. It's good signs. He is healthy at least. He's our best center back. I would say best never play.
Is he good to play against a semi-pro team?
Yeah, and
I
the
hope-
other
I
thing is
hope,
too
but-
that I just realized it would be in their turf too. So on their
I
grass,
think it's
It's at Estrela de Amadora Stadium because they have a.
Oh, it's
turf
at the
field.
Zagoms or whatever. Okay.
The
How's their grass?
Reboleda, I think they call it. Yeah.
But wasn't their grass pretty shit? If I
It's
remember,
not
Turf,
grass.
turf.
It's turf.
But
like
it's
artificial.
turf. Okay, even worse then.
But it's
Yeah.
also, I don't think they had
No,
any
if they're planning on
facilities
artificial
for
turf,
broadcasting too.
keep
Like,
St. Juiced as
Yeah.
far
oh,
away
boy,
brother.
fuck
from the
away.
artificial turf.
I think it was also they just didn't have like anything for like broadcast, like any infrastructure for like to handle that type of production, like for a broadcast, which has happened to many teams in the past.
And also though, really quickly, just on his leg, bro. My man's been skipping leg day. I think that's his biggest problem.
Is that the problem?
Zero muscle. Brother, come do leg day with me, broski. My legs are done today. Where's the muscle definition?
I
My man
don't
doesn't
know.
even have calves, bro.
I think it's just the angle because you can sort of see it there, I suppose.
I'm also just
Yeah.
fucking around. But
I was gonna say I don't really see what
I'm telling
I
you
don't,
to do
like,
leg
I
day
don't
with
know
me,
what
bro.
Vern Dang's talking about here. Like he
I'm
looks
talking
fine.
shit, but
I was looking down at
to
my
the
legs.
calves and laughs.
yeah, facts. I don't know. I'm optimistic.
He's not got like
I'm
Kevin
not too
Durant
optimistic.
legs, which is like a fucking twig. Like, come on,
Bro, also the way his foot is like going into the grass right now,
that's the problem right there. It's coming out a bit of
that's
an
a
angle.
sprain ready to happen, bro. Like,
Yeah. And I mean,
not looking good, bro.
I guess we all probably have the cautious optimism.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, I don't think he's going to come back. Maybe on the bench because I guess everyone's registered for the Europa League has to travel. I think Quaresma travels, like everyone travels. So
Everyone goes with the team in
Watch
case
is out
something.
too, so maybe like
In case something
to
happens.
have them think about. But
yeah, if he does come on, it'll probably be out for the last 10,
15,
5
20 minutes.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't definitely not gonna make any other game time. I'll take a look at
I don't expect him to start until maybe the toss of Portugal game at the soonest.
hot take and partially joking here, but partially telling the truth.
Oh God help us.
I see St. Juice starting at right, or not starting, but playing right back before we see Fresneda playing right back.
I was gonna
Wow.
say, Fresneda's not playing this season.
Fresneda's not playing, bro. So
Yeah, I think I might
it's not
have to.
completely out of that realm of possibility, if we're being honest.
Don't be surprised if that happens.
I'm
We're
giving
not
that-
the first take.
I'm giving him one more. I'm giving him like the Europa League game and the game at the weekend. Like I'm giving him till the end of this week, and then
Yeah,
I'm
this
quote
week.
tweeting that. I'm adding another door to that as Gaio tweet.
Yep.
You know what? No, wait until the Tossa game. If he doesn't get any burn in the
Yeah.
Tossa game,
Yeah.
I think you gotta wait till the Tossa Portugal game.
He gets 10 more days. It's like, brother, if you can't get minutes there,
Yeah,
send him
if
out
you
on
can't
loan.
get any minutes.
Send
there,
him back to
Gaio
La
gets
Liga
any
2 on
minutes.
loan, man.
Nah, he's gonna join our brother fucking Jose Marsa at the other sport thing.
Yeah,
Gijon or
Sporting
whatever.
Gijon. Yeah.
Yeah, give him until the Tossa Portugal game. If he doesn't get any burn in that game, and this guy even comes on as sub or whatever, then you can add him. Then you can add that door. I think.
Yeah.
Then I'd be okay with it. I think you got to wait till then, though.
Yeah. Chris, I've got this next one for you because it's AG and sort of finance related. Verandas denied that Chelsea were going to invest. He said the only conversations he's had with Chelsea regarding players. Do you think that is a truth or do you think that is a lie?
They're trying to walk it back because it definitely seemed like
backlash to it.
there were talks about them acquiring the Novo Banco VMOC, the debt owed to Novo Banco, or the Sporting Sad debt owned by Novo Banco. I don't think that was just made out like that. Those reports are not just made out of thin air, and like everybody.
No, there
had
was
it.
something to it.
Ojogo had it. Avala had it. You had international press had it. Even Ray Cord had it, and now they got a news scoop that says "LOL JK." Yeah, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, no, I'm not buying it.
No,
I think it's like Chris said. I think they saw some negative backlash on the old social medias, and they kind of thought we should maybe walk this back.
While we're on this topic, though, we can talk about some interesting things that are going to get voted on. Finally, like the first AG that has like stuff to vote on that is like, I actually don't know what's going to happen between the iVoting and the
on that topic, there was the story that ran today, which was the moment of Sempre Sporting said that they didn't say they were totally against electronic voting, but they don't think it should be exercised at this. And like you can read the statement for yourself, which I think as an international
I haven't
fan,
seen this actually. This is news to me.
As an international fan, fuck you, because I want to be able to vote.
Literally, unless you live in Lisboa, your socio card means fuck all. It's not worth the.
In every single election, I've got the voting ballot after the results have come out.
I'm going to be honest. Every single argument I've seen against it, I just can't support. Argument one.
Because Benfica does it. Everyone does it. We're the only ones.
Argument one that you see a lot is like it's not secure enough. If it's secure enough for countries in Europe to do election, like presidential elections, parliamentary elections through it, I mean, I think it's secure enough for Sporting's AG. Argument number two that you'll see against it is like, oh, it's over now. Like the Varandas crew, like now that they'll never lose another AG again. They win every AG. True. They win every single AG with 85% of the vote in favor. Like, do they not already have a monopoly on passing everything? They're
already getting a majority.
They've already been doing that for 5 years. So
that percentage probably realistically only goes down.
It's going to go down. The more voters you have, the worse it's going to do because you're allowing people like us to vote now all of a sudden. People who live in Porto
we don't even disagree on every. We don't even disagree with them on every issue. We disagree on like one issue here, one issue there. So some of these votes are only going to go down maybe like 5% at most.
Yeah,
maybe 10 if you're being really generous. They're not going down a ton.
Yeah, I mean to argue that what we have right now is not like their monopoly on the results is crazy. Yeah. They have a monopoly on passing whatever they want so easily.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what the outcome is going to be. But this is like, it's funny because like if they just never brought this up, nothing would have happened. There was no momentum.
No one would have mentioned anything. We wouldn't even thought about it.
So like they're trying to do it. Like they tried to do it before, then they failed, and then they kind of removed it. They're like, yeah, we're not ready. Like I just thought it was going to be excuses kicking the can till the end of time. And then they just brought it up on their own like a year or two later. I'm not going to complain about it, you know? Having more people vote, giving international fans the opportunity to vote, like I'm not gonna complain
if it's
about
secure,
it.
You know
because what we're doing right now, the way it operates right now, sending us our ballots a month after the election, we can't vote in regular AGs. Do you think that is a serious way to do things? It's
not. So unserious.
It's incredibly unserious, and yeah.
You know what my argument is too, Chris? I'm just gonna add on to it because you're spitting hot fire right now. If it's secure enough to pay our fucking quotas online, it should, which is actual money exchanging hands. This is dollars, pesos, yen, euros, pounds, francs, all kinds of dinero, monopoly money here in Canada, all kinds of money exchanging hands. It should be fucking secure enough to send a goddamn bone click on my goddamn
for like 10,000.
It's why I've never become a socio, because the fucking socio card at the moment, if you live outside of Lisboa, is not worth the fucking material it's printed on. It's fucking worthless. And I'll die on that hill. Sam, what are your thoughts?
I was just gonna say some of the stuff that like they give us as international fans, like obviously the electronic voting would be great, but something made me laugh. A year ago, I've been in social for about I think a year and a half now. I got an email on my birthday saying, "Congratulations, you can get 10% off," and then in brackets like in store. I'm like,
so disrespectful. That's rude and disrespectful.
I think this year they might have changed that finally after like a decade. After like a decade of people complaining about it, I think they finally changed it. But don't quote me on that. I just could have sworn I
Yeah.
saw Nuno Valinha
Sam,
tweet
when's your birthday, Sam?
saying that
It
they
was,
changed
it
that.
was June 21st. I can't remember if that was the year before this one or the one that's just gone.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it was the year.
Anybody who's a socio, please let us know if you have a birthday coming. Let us know if it's in store or online. You have to be you can't be a Portuguese, like living in Portugal. You got to be like anywhere that's not Portugal, and let us know because I'm curious to see that if that's still a thing because that is rude and disrespectful. You got to Richard. You live in Canada. You got a happy birthday. Here's 10% off in store. I don't care how you get here, but you got to get it in store. That is disrespectful.
Yeah, and there's two other things I want to bring up on this point as well. That if this, I'll start with the first one. I don't think this is going to get passed, and that's because
I'd be surprised.
in Lisbon, it's not people like us voting; it's the old heads who. This is going to be.
That's true. We need the old heads who do all the voting to come through for us on this vote. And
they won't.
Yeah,
I don't know that they will.
They'll come through for Fernandez in every possible situation except for this.
Censor says I want this push. They might get on board. Which
just get me 51%. Just get it over the hump.
If I will guarantee if online voting gets approved, I will become a socio finally. It's the only thing that's held me back because it's
that was going to be my second point. Imagine how many people will actually join because of this, or
because we get a benefit finally. It makes it worth my while.
Or they'll make their dormant account no longer dormant. You know, socios who don't pay. You know,
who don't pay, who haven't paid their quota in so many years. Thank you, Jose. Very quick.
Yeah, it was.
I appreciate that.
I didn't see it this year, but also my birthday's at a weird time.
They finally changed it. They finally changed it this year. Yeah,
my birthday's at a weird time where the season just finished, so the new kits aren't being released for another month. So it's
it's like you can probably get like the old stuff that's going to be on clearance or whatever. But
usually I buy. To be fair, I've not bought this year's kits because times are tough out here. But I will.
In this economy, you can't be buying. I can't buy a new sporting kit every year willy-nilly with the shipping they charge.
I was supposed to buy it this month, but then my car insurance quote for some reason, I don't know if it's the same what you guys are in the UK, it got boosted by 20% no matter what.
Oh really? Mine keeps going down. So I'll explain in Canada as we're off topic now. Anyways, fuck it. Every year you don't have an accident, and like as you get older, obviously it goes down.
Yeah.
And it starts higher. As a guy, your insurance is just higher. Yeah. So like the insurance I paid compared to like what my sister, who's older, paid was like almost double. It was night and day just because I was a guy. But every year, like you don't have any like accidents or any claims, it goes down steadily. Because I went from paying like almost $200. Like I pay like $80 a month now, I think.
Yeah, so ours is the same, but for some reason, I don't know what the official reason was. It was just that all quotes were going to be boosted by 20%.
They were just like, we're going to price gouge this year.
Yeah,
there's nothing you can do about it.
I paid for my car.
What are you going to do? Not insure your car? No,
idiot. Good luck.
So last year, I insured my car for, I think it was £800, and that was for the year. I paid £800 straight up. This year, I had to pay $1,200. So that's
wow.
And I've had no accidents, no claims, nothing of the sort. I've been a very good driver, but whatever. But I'm also next year. I don't know if you have the same rule, but when you turn 25, your insurance automatically goes down.
Yeah, so it starts going down.
We do not have that.
We have that in Canada where it starts to noticeably go down. Like it goes down every year, like a little bit. But I think once you hit 25 is when you really start to notice it go down a bit more significantly.
But yeah, so hopefully next year I'll be a little better off.
The only other thing for the voting at the AG that's worth mentioning is they want.
I was just going to say my last point on it was to
change Porta Set to be CR7 door or whatever. Funny enough, it's currently the name is Manuel Farense. If I'm not mistaken.
I'm surprised they.
I know. I don't think Paul Foot has a gate, but I think he has a field at Alcochete.
He has a field at Alcochete, I believe. One of the training fields is Paul Foot.
And obviously Ronaldo already has the name of the academy, so I think that this will probably pass. But I mean, it's tough for Manuel Farense, I imagine.
He didn't wear number 7. It's not even his number.
True.
It's 28. Come on.
That's true too. Fuck.
It's 28. We don't have 28 doors. I'm sorry to say, but
Make. There used to be 4, now there's 7, right? So you can always make some more doors.
make a new door. We're gonna start adding doors.
The only thing I wanted to add more on this voting one was that if it does get passed, I don't think we're going to see it until probably 2 elections.
No, it'll take a little while.
It won't be.
You'll even see a motion to like undo the voting.
Oh yeah.
Or to to have another vote.
Will get passed.
Yeah, there will be a freak out about it if it passes.
Yeah, if it does get passed, if it gets passed like a stupid majority, like crazy, you'll see like 1 or 2 people put up a stake, but nothing will happen. If it's like a 55-60% vote, it's not like, and it's like it's close, it's just gonna get tied up in litigation for like a time. Like some idiots are gonna really cause a shit about it. If it's like a stupid,
and
like,
again,
there's
no pressure on them. There's no there's no pressure on them to do anything. But like,
no,
it's not like they're feeling the heat. Like they can do it in 4 years. They can do it in 4 years. They can do it never. Like there's really no pressure on them.
This term for this administration is like barely started. We're like not even a year into this new.
Yeah. So I mean,
they got time to figure it out if they really want to do it.
It getting passed is definitely a step in the right direction. In my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. It's something that should have already happened a long time ago.
Yeah, but
the best time would have been yesterday. The next best time is tomorrow to do it.
Or Saturday, Sunday, October 8th.
The next best time to do it is soon.
I think it's Sunday. I think it's Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the next point, just on that AG thing, was that Ojogo ran a story that's saying the Sporting side hopes to get Cristiano Ronaldo to invest in the club. Obviously, it's an Ojogo story, so we don't know if it's true or not. But to be fair, they're not being very fucking subtle about it. The training kit.
They've not.
It's like, how is he not? How has that not happened already?
I don't know if there's anything against like current players being allowed to invest in clubs. That's why. That's what I'm wondering. If you're still like an active
he has
player,
to retire first.
Yeah, I think you have to be like.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know if that's actually a rule. I'm just
only because if sort of the hashtag United was funded with, I think it's Azpilicueta and I want to say someone else. And obviously, Gerard Piqué played last year, and he still owned a team in Spanish second, or now in second, but we're in third.
Maybe
there might be something in Ronaldo's like contract with Al Hilal. No,
Al
Nassr.
How do you not know? Come on.
He was joking.
I got Al. So.
The Al part. They're all Al.
Exactly.
They're all Al. And the ones that aren't Al are shit. That's how you know.
But
I don't know if there's something in his contract that says like he can't speak about or like can't represent other clubs, because that would make sense.
Yeah,
but,
I would. That wouldn't shock me.
But yeah, so Joe said Gate 7 no longer has the name Mo Fernandez.
So they're already preparing for this to get passed.
He already got his name stripped. Damn, bro. What do you do?
Yeah, like at least let the vote pass. Come on, you don't do my guy dirty like that. That's mean. That's disrespectful. Not that I'm a huge Manuel Fernandez fan, but come on, it's a little disrespectful.
He gets to watch every game from the tribuna. He's all right.
He's living, but like, a little harsh still.
But yeah, Chris, I don't know if you have any modalities news to run through.
Yeah, so we're chugging along now. Some of the sports getting started, some of them like week 3. Handball is the furthest along. They're 5-0. Futsal just started. 2 wins and a draw. Hockey started this weekend, I believe, or last weekend. So they played 1 or 2 games. I actually think 2 for hockey, 2-0.
I think it's 2.
The ladies lost to kind of a random team. I don't even remember. They're from Villanova. They're from Gaia. So that was kind of a shock result.
They're supposed to play at the Alvalade coming up. Actually,
yes, they just announced that today. They're supposed to play at Alvalade against Torriense on October 11th, I believe. Which is, I mean, we've complained in the past about like the ladies not getting an opportunity to play at Alvalade, so I'm not going to be like,
not going to knock it.
But this game isn't good enough for Alvalade. Yeah, I mean it's a bit random. It's not exactly setting them up to break any sort of attendance record or anything like that. But they get an opportunity to play at Alvalade. You're not going to see me complaining.
It's always nice.
Yeah, most definitely. Before we go, we've got the predictions for 2 games. Obviously, we've got the game on Thursday, which is the early kickoff away at
What time? What time is that kickoff at? Actually,
for me, it's 5:45.
12:45 for us, right?
12:45. Geez,
We have
Louise.
in the early slate.
Yeah, I can.
What is that? 5:45 for you, Sam?
Yeah, 5:45. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 5-hour time. It's 5-hour time difference ahead.
I think the clocks go back for you guys.
I don't have work.
Not till the end of the month.
Okay, so
it's the end of the month.
It's in November, if I'm not mistaken. Beginning of November, right?
It's either end of October, it's usually like that first or second.
They do it first though, and then there's like a 6-hour time difference for like a week or two. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because then I remember in the spring when we go forward, it's like we have like a 4-hour difference or something stupid.
Yeah.
Get rid of daylight saving times while we're at. It's fucking useless.
I'm not looking forward to it being dark at like 4 o'clock. That shit sucks.
No, I remember working like evenings and nights at like a restaurant. I'd already be going to work like it was dark.
Yeah.
And like I was in school, so I was going to school, it was dark. I'm leaving school, it's pretty much almost dark. I'm going to work and it's dark. I get home, it's dark. I'm like, fuck, there's no sunlight. It's a hellscape.
I don't know about you guys, where you guys are, but it's been so hot for like the 3 days.
It's been warm. It's been warm.
It's been about a 1-week heat wave here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last week was
been
like
hot for September, October.
Last week was hoodie weather for me, and I was like, finally, because like I love hoodie weather. I've got so many that I don't wear.
Things happened here.
I'm in shorts, right?
And now it's like, and then it's like August temperatures again in October. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's we usually.
But now it's about to be cold again, or normal fall temperatures again next week. So
yeah, we've had like warm end of September, early October. We've had warm like end of September's, early October's, but like this is abnormally warm for this time of year.
Yeah, and we actually in Stevenage have a heat wave from Friday, so it's 22 degrees, and then to the next Tuesday is 23, so 20, 22, 23 the rest of the week, which is fun in October, I suppose. But I digress. Chris, your prediction and goal scorers for Atlanta.
Well, are you locking this in for us, or are we going to type? You're going to have to remind us today of.
I will type them in, but obviously you can change them from obviously depending on what happens.
I don't usually change from my predictions on the pod.
I'll stick to
I like to keep it consistent. So
I do only if I find out an injury.
We're at home.
Yeah.
They looked good in their first game at home. Now they're going to be on the road. So this is probably going to, on paper at least, the second hardest overall game in the group. Going there will probably be the hardest. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Sporting win with the goals from Paulinho.
UEFA man,
and Paul.
All right. Interesting.
Nice. Richard, what about you?
I am going to go 2-2 draw.
Oof.
Yeah, I think it could be bad. I think we're going to draw this game. I might have got a little rowdy with.
It wouldn't be the end of the world, honestly. But
no, I'll take. They're a top team. Like I'll take points. Like 2-2. Paulinho with 1 because he's UEFA man. That's Chris. That's Chris. So I
can't bet against the GOAT, man.
It's tough to bet against him in cup competition. He's a good cup competition guy, right? And I'll go with Jokeres just to be safe.
Okay. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win. I think it'll be a very tight game. And I've guessed this in like my last 2 or 3 predictions. Mateus Reis winner, man. I feel it. He's going to most definitely start now that Coates is gone.
One of these days,
what's it going to be like?
It's going to be like 90th minute set piece header like Coates used to do, but
injected into my veins. I don't even like needles.
I think Mateus Reis is always good for like 1 goal a season.
He's good for like 1 or 2.
Yeah, he's good for like 1 to 2.
And I think last year he had I think 2 bangers. So always could be the way.
Last season's such a blur to me now because it was so just fucking awful.
It might have been the season before, yeah. To be fair, both of them.
Any season where it's really bad just becomes a blur for the most part.
Yeah. For the Oroka game, I'll start off since I went last time. I'm gonna go 3-0 to Sporting, and I think Jokeres will score 2, and I will go with Nuno Santos goal.
Ooh, okay.
What about
I
you,
went with
Richard?
Nuno Santos' goal for my prediction in the league last week, and it didn't work out.
I'm gonna go. I'm also gonna go 3-0. Not to steal your thunder too much. Only one Jokeres goal. I think Pot gets a goal, and might just be because I'm wearing the Japan jersey. I'm going with my boy Hidemasa Morita to get a goal.
Let's go.
Repping him with the Japan jersey today, so maybe that's why I'm thinking Morita. But we're gonna go with that.
Fair enough. And last one, Chris, what do you think the score will be and the scores?
I'm gonna go for a little smacking. 3-0.
Oh, so we're all identical. Let's go.
Yeah.
So we're all gonna get at least a point, probably, and maybe the full 3.
Jokeres.
Way it's going.
Jokeres.
We've all put Jokeres as well.
We've all put Jokeres. It's
Tough
gonna
to bet
be
against him. I didn't for the first time ever. I think last week I didn't put him in. It did not work out.
Not smart.
Hoomland back on track.
Ooh, okay.
Wait,
Okay.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's good to play.
Hoomland,
Inacio.
Okay.
Ooh,
He's
he's
a
also
good
gone
one.
for a center back. Interesting.
He's good for like 5 this season.
He's usually good for
That's
like
good.
a few goals. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right.
I think that's it, unless you two have anything else you want to talk about.
No, I think we got everything. Honestly,
I think we've got
we
everything,
even talked about the AG as well. So yeah, we definitely got everything.
Yeah, most definitely. Unfortunately, Danny had to dip out, so we don't get his prediction, but I'm sure he'll update his in the meantime. Make sure you follow Danny on social media there. You can also follow Richard there. You can follow Chris on this one, and also you can follow me. But most importantly, make sure you follow all things Alvalade on everywhere you get your podcast from, including YouTube. And
Approaching
also,
10K. Approaching 10K.
On X.
Yeah.
10K on X,
on Twitter.
200 episodes on YouTube.
Whoa, actually, like really close. You have 9,800. Like we're right
shit,
there.
we'll probably hit that like before the end of the year.
For sure.
If we could hit episode 200 and get 10K, obviously I know it's a massive stretch, but
what was this? 198? Yeah.
198.
Yeah.
Two episodes away.
2 weeks? Yeah, I mean, I could see it.
And I guess we could leave a big gap in the international.
We probably won't, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, make sure to follow us there for all things sporting, transfer rumors, updates, memes, everything. We've got it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Peace.